One rumor can break the internet. But 10, that's a full-blown digital earthquake. From secret romances to scandals no one saw coming, these are the whispers that set Chinese social media on fire. Some were denied, some never went away. And some might just be true. Welcome to the top 10 rumors that shook China's online world, where every name comes with a twist, and nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Fan Chengcheng. Pretty boy, queer whispers, and zero damns given. If confidence had a face, it might just be Fan Chengcheng's. Perfectly contoured, selfie-ready, and always one eyebrow raise away from chaos. Born in 2000 and famously the younger brother of the Fan Bingbing, yes, that Fan Bingbing, Fan Chengcheng entered the spotlight with full celebrity insurance. But he didn't just ride his sister's fame. He kicked down the door, wearing crop tops, eyeliner, and a smirk that said, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and no, I'm not going to clarify." From idol group heartthrob to solo artist to fashion king, he's built a career that thrives on duality. Masculine and feminine, sweet and savage, soft and unbothered. And somewhere along the way, the gay rumors stuck. It started with the outfits, blouses with plunging necklines, pearls that outshined half the Met Gala, and pants so tight they whispered secrets. Then came the way he hugged his guy friends. Not bro hugs, but lingering, soul-touching, I read poetry with you hugs. And fans? They noticed. Cue the comments. Why does he walk like he owns a runway and a boyfriend? Why is his friendship with that one stylist suspiciously romantic? Why does he dodge dating questions like he's training for the Olympics? And yet, Fan Chengcheng never panicked, never explained, never cared. He just kept doing his thing, releasing music, slaying photo shoots, and giving queer fans just enough mystery to keep their TikToks spiraling. Some say he's queer, some say he's just stylish. Others say he's queer and stylish, and honestly, that tracks. In a world obsessed with labels, Fan Chengcheng floats above it all. Glam, bold, unbothered, like a Gen Z Mona Lisa with better hair and a killer skincare routine. Will he ever come out? Maybe, maybe not. But until then, his silence is loud and fabulous. Chen Lu, the livestream king who might be streaming from the closet. Now let's talk about Chen Lu, the guy who somehow made live streams feel like a soap opera with better lighting. Not a singer, not an actor, but still a full-blown celebrity. Why? Because he's mastered the art of selling vibes. With flawless skin, camera-flirting eyes, and the kind of wrist flick that could stir drama in a cup of bubble tea, Chen Lu has built a brand around looking dangerously good, while doing absolutely nothing. But behind every perfectly filtered frame came the whispers. See, Chen Lu wasn't doing this alone. He had a partner in crime, fellow influencer Liu Kong. The two appeared in live streams more often than some married couples appear in real life. Matching clothes, matching laughs, intimate eye contact that didn't scream business partners so much as boyfriends doing couple Q&As. And when fans started calling them the most soft-launch gay couple in China, they didn't deny it. They didn't confirm it either. They just leaned in, like really leaned in. Heads touching, smiles loaded, hearts racing. Okay, maybe that part was us projecting. No official coming out, no scandal to clean up. Just Chen Lu, being his unapologetically radiant self, selling face cream while possibly soft-shipping himself live on camera. And in a country where silence is often safer than truth, maybe that's all the statement he's willing or allowed to make. But there's something quietly revolutionary about that. In every playful wink, every cozy stream, every word left unsaid, Chen Lu is helping normalize a new kind of visibility. One that doesn't require labels, press conferences, or declarations. Just presence. And maybe that's enough for someone somewhere watching from behind their own screen, wondering if they're allowed to exist as they are. Because sometimes, even a live stream can be an act of quiet courage. And sometimes, queerness doesn't need to be shouted to be seen. But of course, no live stream duo is complete without his partner. Chen Linong, the sweetheart with a suspiciously clean slate. Ah, Chen Linong, the boy's so pure he could probably hug a cactus and make it feel safe. He melted hearts on idol producer with that shy, slow-burn smile and a gaze soft enough to cancel global warming. Polite, bashful, and so endearing it physically hurt to watch him blush on screen, Linong became everyone's favorite cinnamon roll. The media quickly labeled him China's little brother, and just like a little brother, they never let him grow up. But here's the twist. Linong did grow up, quietly, subtly, and stylishly. That baby-faced charm evolved into smoldering stares. His stage presence? Smooth, confident, a little too sexy to be accidental. So why is his love life still squeaky clean? No mystery girl, no caught-on-camera kisses, not even a staged airport couple moment. The boy's dating record is cleaner than a K-drama hero in episode 1. All we've got is Chen Linong, eating instant noodles on live stream, giggling through fan questions, dressed like the human version of a Tumblr mood board. And that's when the whispers kicked in. Why does he always act nervous around male idols? Why do his best hugs go to the guys? Is he just shy? Or is there a boyfriend hidden off-screen, holding the ring light? Even his wardrobe isn't helping his case. Pastel knits, cozy cardigans, the occasional pearl accessory. It's giving soft queer energy. It's giving subtext. And honestly, we're eating it up. Maybe he's just private. Maybe he's a master at playing the long game. Or maybe his truth is already out there, just wrapped in the kind of silence only queer people really recognize. Either way, one thing's clear. The boy's hiding something, and we can't stop watching. Love content like this? Support LGBTQ+ voices in entertainment by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that bell icon. There's more where this came from, and trust us, the tea only gets hotter. Vengo Gao, the untouchable idol with eyes that knew too much. If China ever carved a leading man from marble, it would look exactly like Vengo Gao. Born in 1983, he didn't come into fame screaming for attention. He let the camera come to him. Tall, statuesque, and with a stare that could silence a room, Gao Weiguang wasn't built for scandal. He was built for legend. A former model turned actor, he brought stillness into every frame, not because he lacked emotion, but because he held it back like a secret too dangerous to speak. His most iconic role? Without a doubt, Donghua Dijin in Eternal Love and Eternal Love of Dream. As the immortal god who rarely showed emotion, but quietly loved one woman for thousands of years. Fans didn't just swoon, they obsessed. But something about his performance felt too layered, too personal, like he understood longing a little too well. In fan forums, his chemistry with co-star Dilraba Dilmurat was praised, but so was his suspicious lack of public affection toward any women off-screen. While other actors made headlines for dating rumors, Vengo kept things cold. No flings, no tabloid spottings, just intense eyes, tailored suits, and silence. That silence didn't go unnoticed. On Chinese social media, fans began to whisper, was his devotion to privacy just a personality trait? Or was it protection? Some cited his emotional distance in interviews. Others noted how he rarely, if ever, played overtly romantic leads outside fantasy dramas. Was it calculated or coded? Gao never responded, not once. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the mystery is the message. For queer audiences, his stillness, his refusal to explain or perform, felt familiar. In a world that demands constant definition, he became a reminder that not everything needs to be named to be seen. Sometimes presence alone is power. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Who captured your heart? Whose journey spoke to you or left you wondering what's behind the curtain? We want to know your favorite, so don't be shy. Drop their name in the comments and tell us why. Your voice matters here. Yang Yang. Too polished to be straight? Some stars rise. Yang Yang levitates. Born in 1991 and trained in ballet. Yes, ballet, because walking wasn't elegant enough. He didn't just walk into fame, he pirouetted into it. Handsome, graceful, mysteriously composed, he was like a living K-drama filter. No flaws, no scandals, no stray eyebrow out of place. From the King's Avatar to You Are My Glory, he didn't just play heartthrobs, he played ideals. Battle-hardened gamers, poetic astronauts, soulful warriors, all delivered with a quiet intensity that made fans swoon and critics run out of adjectives. But behind all that perfection, was a giant question mark. Or maybe a glittery exclamation point in disguise. No girlfriends, no juicy headlines, no accidental airport cuddles with mystery women. Just silence. Every interview, polished to PR perfection. Every red carpet, dressed like a fantasy, behaving like a statue. Gorgeous, but untouchable. Like if you tried to hug him, he might disappear into sparkles. And then came the whispers, soft at first, then louder in group chats. Why does he dodge every love question like it's a tax audit? Why does he have more electric chemistry with his male co-stars than any of his scripted love interests? Why does he feel more like a queer icon than half the people who actually came out? Some say he's just private, but others, especially queer fans, see themselves in the spaces he leaves unsaid, in his gentle masculinity, in the way he owns a room without ever performing dominance, in the way he sparkles without shouting. Maybe those rumors aren't just curiosity. Maybe they're hope in disguise. Will he ever speak on it? Probably not. Does he need to? Maybe not either. Because sometimes the most real thing about a person is exactly what they don't say out loud. Kai Cheng, the heartthrob who raised more eyebrows than he lowered. If tall, dark, and suspiciously well-dressed were a person, it might just be Kai Cheng. Standing at 1.87 meters of pure drama and cheekbones, Kai Cheng has all the ingredients of your classic Chinese leading man. Deep voice, slow gaze, tragic love story roles, and the kind of walk that says, I've definitely broken a few hearts and possibly a few rules. But the real mystery? It's never about his acting. It's about who those hearts actually belong to. Over the years, Xu has danced around more gay rumors than a BL script on censorship review. The whispers started innocently enough, fans noticing his very affectionate off-screen behavior with certain male co-stars. A touch here, a laugh too long there, the kind of intense eye contact that made viewers shift uncomfortably or rewind 5 times. Then came the Instagram posts, the poetry, the fashion, the shirtless black and white selfies with vague captions like, "What is real? Sir, we're asking the same thing." And don't even get us started on the tense but electric chemistry he had with fellow actors in dramas that weren't even marketed as romantic, but somehow made the audience yell, "Just kiss already," every episode. Still, Kai Cheng has stayed silent. No labels, no clarifications, just smirks. Smirks that feel like answers, and answers that lead to even more questions. But maybe that's the point. Maybe he's not here to explain himself. He's here to exist, freely, gorgeously, without apology. And in a world where queer stories are still too often erased, maybe every silent icon matters. Every ambiguity becomes a mirror, and every rumor, a reason to look closer, not just at them, but at how much visibility still matters. Let's keep the conversation going. And the curiosity alive. Because representation doesn't always come with subtitles. Sometimes it walks in wearing sunglasses and says nothing at all. Zhang Ruoyun, the man with a script so polished it might be hiding something. Zhang Ruoyun isn't just a gentleman, he's a masterclass in public perfection. Every word he speaks, thoughtful. Every appearance, tailored to the millimeter. He doesn't walk red carpets, he glides like he's on diplomatic duty. To the media, he's respectful. To fans, he's distant but warm. To scandal? Completely allergic. But that's the thing, he's too polished, too curated, like a character written by 5 PR agents and a team of AI ethicists. And in a world where authenticity is currency, Zhang's perfection almost feels suspicious. Because for all his fame, there's one detail that's remained elusive. Who is Zhang Ruoyun really when the cameras stop rolling? He's married, yes, but rarely seen with his wife. Meanwhile, his on-screen chemistry with male co-stars is the kind that makes fan fiction write itself. There was that one show where the tension between him and the other male lead felt ripped from a slow-burn romance novel. And fans? They noticed. They always notice. He doesn't deny the rumors, but he doesn't joke about them either. No coy smile, no cheeky deflection, just professional detachment. So people speculate, not out of malice, but because silence this smooth feels almost rehearsed. Is he hiding something, or has he simply mastered the art of not letting the world in? Whatever the truth is, Zhang Ruoyun's mystery is magnetic. Because queerness isn't always flamboyant. Sometimes it lives in restraint, in elegance, in the refusal to play by the rules of either side. And that's the lesson. LGBTQ+ identity isn't one look, one tone, or one confession. Sometimes it's coded, sometimes it's guarded, and sometimes it's written between the lines of a life too perfect to be unpacked, but too real to ignore. Cai Xukun, pop prince or master of misdirection? Cai Xukun isn't just a pop star, he's an algorithm's dream. Perfect jawline, pitch-perfect vocals, and a stage presence so controlled, he could probably perform during an earthquake without missing a beat. From idol producer to solo stardom, Kun has built an image that's sleek, polished, and sealed tighter than a K-pop contract. Every move feels choreographed, every outfit screams intentional ambiguity, and every interview just vague enough to fuel 1,000 fan theories, especially when it comes to who exactly makes his heart flutter. Because for someone with millions of fans, many of them young women, Kun's love life is suspiciously sterile. No messy exes, no paparazzi moments, no late-night oops, that's not my cousin situations. Just Kun, sipping oat milk lattes, writing cryptic captions, and posting black and white selfies that somehow manage to look both lonely and seductive. And let's not ignore the subtle signs. The fashion? Bold. The body language with male idols? Surprisingly soft. The repeated refusal to talk about his ideal type? Deliberate. His entire aesthetic screams, I'm not telling you anything, but I know exactly what you're thinking. And honestly, that's part of his genius. Kun doesn't shut down the gay rumors, he styles them, turns them into a mystique, a question mark wrapped in Gucci. Is he queer? Is he just private? Or is he playing 4D chess with celebrity branding? Whatever the answer, one thing's clear. People aren't just watching Kun for his music. They're watching for the story between the songs, the glances, the silences, the things never said. You're into stories that exist between the lines and stars who challenge the script. Hit that like, smash that subscribe, and stay with us. Because at this channel, we don't just spill tea, we sip it slow and with meaning. Feng Jianyu, too close to the script or just living it? Feng Jianyu didn't just star in a BL drama. He lived through the era when China's internet nearly combusted over one. Back in 2015, Counterattack was a low-budget, high-impact phenomenon, one of the earliest BL series to hit big before the government pulled the plug on same-sex love stories. And at the center of the storm, Feng Jianyu and his co-star Wang Qing. Two young men with chemistry so undeniable, fans weren't sure where the acting ended and something real began. They played lovers on screen, but off-screen, things got blurry fast. Joint interviews turned into love letter energy. Stage performances looked more like soft couple moments than press tours. And then came the music. Yes, they released duets, complete with romantic lyrics, longing stares, and visuals that had fans screaming, crying, and editing wedding fan videos by the dozen. For a while, they were inseparable, until suddenly, they weren't. No breakup statement, no fallout, just quiet distance, deleted posts, and an online trail that slowly faded, but never quite disappeared. The queer fandom never forgot, because for many, Feng Jianyu wasn't just a BL actor. He was one of the first to make queerness feel possible in Chinese media. And the truth? We still don't know if what we saw was real. But maybe we don't have to. Because in a world that keeps erasing queer stories, Feng Jianyu helped write one that people still remember, with tenderness, visibility, and just enough ambiguity to keep the dream alive. 10 stories, 10 men, one truth that lingers. Visibility matters. Some were rumors, some quiet revelations, but all reminded us that queerness exists even in silence, in glances, in what's left unsaid. If these stories spoke to you, show some love, like, subscribe, and share, because someone out there needs to feel seen too. Queer stories don't disappear. They echo. In memories, in community, and in quiet courage. See you next time. Gong Jun, the cold-hearted hero with a romance fans still swear was real. He walked into Word of Honor with the swagger of a swordsman and the silence of a man hiding 1,000 secrets. But what Gong Jun left behind? A fandom convinced he wasn't just playing a love story, he was living one. From the moment he locked eyes with Zhang Ruoyun on screen, sparks flew. Too sharp, too natural, too unwritten to be just acting. The glances felt real. The tension was electric. And when the cameras stopped rolling, the story only got hotter. Fans became detectives, and they found plenty to work with. Matching bracelets, identical phone cases, vague song lyrics posted at the same time. And then there were the travel coincidences, the overlapping schedules, the accidental selfies with the same scenery hours apart. Gong Jun never confirmed anything, but he didn't exactly deny it either. While Zhang Ruoyun vanished under the weight of scandal, Gong remained, quiet, loyal, unshaken. He never threw shade. He never distanced himself. He simply carried on, like someone protecting something that couldn't be spoken out loud. For queer fans, it was everything. Because even without words, Gong Jun seemed to say, "This mattered, and I'm not erasing it." Was it real? Only they know. But in a world that censors love, sometimes the deepest truths are found not in what's said, but in what's left behind. Now it's your turn. Which of the 10 stories moved you the most? Who inspired you? And who left the deepest mark in your heart? Drop a comment below and let us know. Who's your pick for the most unforgettable name on this list? Rumors come and go, but what they reveal about culture, identity, and human curiosity lasts much longer. Through each story, we're reminded that visibility matters, truth is complex, and silence can be powerful. If this video made you think twice, laugh, or look a little closer, that's the power of storytelling. Because sometimes, the drama isn't just in the rumor. It's in what it teaches us about ourselves. Support voices that bring hidden stories to light. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started. And trust us, the next story might be even juicier. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep asking questions.